Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube page and the Black Tiger Miner Crypto News Network. And we're talking about Turbo Toad turnup and the Turbo Toad price. I guess the revolt or what is it? Revolut or whatever this new exchange listing is starting to pump the Turbo Toad token. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Is it the new exchange that's pumping Turbo? I don't know. But I woke up and saw that Turbo was up. What is this? 20%? 19 point, actually 20 point, yeah, 20.6%. So let me know in the comments what you guys think is pumping the Turbo Toad token. So let's turn on the spotlight and see what we can see. So let's see here. Let's get the spotlight going and see what's going on with the price action. So let me know in the comments what you guys think is going on. Let me hear from the Turbo Toad Army, Turbo Toad War. It's Turbo Toad turn up time. So let's see what's going on. Let me know in the comments what you guys think and what you guys see is going on. Good morning. Welcome. Let me see here. Trying to open up another screen here. But let's get the comments going and go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. So let's see. This is Live Coin Watch. Live Coin Watch says it's up 20.4% in the last 24 hours. It's down 1.4 in the last hour. Last 7 days is up 22.7. Last 30 days is down 1.6. 90 days it is down 74.2. And the year it's up 196.9. So let me know what you guys think is going on. And we can see here currently we're up to 53,222, which is up 0.006 in holders. You can see here on this chart, and I don't know why you can't expand this chart. We need to check with Ether scan to see if we can figure out how you can get a full chart here. But yeah, the holders has hit an all-time high. Man, I always appreciate the turbo love. Thank you, Jai. And anyone else in the comments, let's go. So let me see here what we got. Don't forget to pick up your turbo merch in the turbo. Actually, you can check out my Black Tiger Miner. Click here on the merch shop, which will take you to Etsy. And let's see here, see what we got on the Etsy. Not sure what this rewards Etsy is. But we see here, actually, I got to make some more turbo merch. We do got the cups. I like this cup. And I got to put some more turbo merch up here. But definitely check the link out and get your turbo merch. Support the channel, support BTM. What is up, Doc McLovins? What's going on? Just waking up and seeing the turbo price is pushing up. And I don't know what to tell you guys, but let's see here. Looking at the 5-minute chart, you can see we've been pushing up. RSI is coming down on the 5-minute. Look at the 15-minute chart. It was going up. We're up to 002. And the RSI on the 15-minute chart is in the 70s, which is extremely good. I'm tripping. On the hour chart, See, we see green candles and it's starting to pull back a little bit, but the RSI is extremely high. And looking at the 4-hour chart, you got a serious green candle here this morning. And it pulled back a little bit, but retracement is normal. See if we can zoom out a little bit. Looks like we hit a low here last week, and then this week we've been pushing up after the announcement. And let me see, we'll change the indicator to the MACD. Guess we need to take this RSI off and add the MACD on the 4-hour chart. You can see here we are building volume like crazy on the 4-hour chart. See if we can zoom in a little bit. MACD is way up on the 4-hour. On the 1-hour, we're building volume. MACD is had a MACD cross and has been off to the races. 15-minute chart, MACD is up, had a MACD cross and started to lose some volume. And on the 5-minute chart, MACD cross and the volume is coming down for us to pick it up. And let me see, let's go back to the DEX. We haven't looked at the DEX in a while. See if we can look at the DEX screener. Waiting for that to load. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about Turbo's price action? So here it is on the DEX screener. You can see here, looks like we're having a lot of buying going on. Day is the 12th. Somebody bought 300, 300, 300, 300. Somebody sold 300, bought 300, bought. Somebody bought 500, 400. Somebody sold 1,000. See if there is any whale activity. What is a flea? It's new. Like a dolphin sold. Dolphin sold. See if there's any whale activity. It's like somebody's adding, but no whales are buying. Looks like they're adding. That's weird. Wow, somebody added 150,000 at 3 o'clock. 19,000, 57,000, 16,000. Let's go over to Twitter real quick. So let me know who's watching, who's joining, and what you think about the price action over to Twitter. Definitely check out the AMA. Let me see. Let's look at some AMA numbers. See, I guess you can't. Trying to figure out if you can see how many people viewed. I know it's down here. Go back to the profile. Uh, Shout out to Crypto PBS. Turbo's top 3 on Binance now. Turbo is 20%. Pudgy Penguin and Baby. First entry Turbo, Hold, Lead, Matrix. Selling and Chill, Hold, and Escape the Matrix. No words needed. People are very stupid. All scams up double digits. Nobody understands the previous month's lessons. Turbo, HGX Global. Another day, another message to Robinhood. Turbo community continues to grow. We love to see it on your platform. The hype is real. The support is massive and the energy is going, it's getting stronger. Let's make it happen together. Sammy, what's up? Turbo is the king. This is me. Where you at, Turbo Army? Where you at, Turbo Toad Warriors? Turbo turn up time. Sammy again. This is the Turbo holders hit a new all-time high. It's 53,222. This is crypto now or never. Huge move is coming. This is the Turbo main page. Turbo caught the perfect wave. Vibes high, worries low, had secured weekend mode. Officially, totally activated. Turbo started with just $69, powered by the vision of a decentralized future from humble beginnings. Now the community-driven force listed on 115 plus exchanges, growing stronger every day. The journey is just beginning. Run it back. All time. This time Turbo will be top. So Turbo, Pepe, Dodge, and Shia. Hey man, Freeman opened a sizable 15x leverage long on Turbo 2 days ago. Happy so far. Turbo top 3 gainer on Revolt app. Peg leg Wally. This message is for everyone on the crypto side of X. Turbo is the meme coin of the cycle. It's been decided exchanges are buying like crazy in a healthy market. Turbo closes this out. Let me see. Turbo led the way. Don't wait until Turbo takes the crypto market by storm again. Load to toad. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Let's pump Turbo and get the altcoin season started. You missed Turbo in 2024, but today you have the same opportunity. Don't let the momentum slip by. Reminder, April 19th marks 1 year since Bitcoin halving. Run it back. Turbo doesn't walk the streets make way for Turbo. Neon lights, wet pavement, and pure main character energy. This is Peg Leg Wally. New all-time high holders count for Turbo up 16% on the weekend. Do yourself a favor and check out Turbo Token. Do you want financial freedom? Do you finally want to be the person in your friend group to get the lucky break by Turbo? Not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. So it looks like Turbo's up 0.3% in the last hour. And we'll check out Coin Ranking. Coin Ranking has Turbo. Refresh this. 25, right under Peanut the Squirrel, 144.1 million. Peanuts, 146 million. Dog Go to the Moon is 149. Toshi is 158. KIZ is 162. GigaChat, 167. Snake, 214. Popcat, 162. Brett, 300 million. SPS, 6,900, 515. Bonk, billion. Official Trump coin, 169. Pepe, 3 billion. 3 billion. Dutch, 24 billion. So I'm thinking Turbo can pump up hopefully to 300 million at some point. What do you guys think? If we check out the bubble, so here's Turbo at 19.2%. AI OZ is 35% up. She's 39% up. ZZ ZCN is down 21%. That's one of the only red ones here. GigaChad's up 11. Solana's up 6. Powell's up 9. ZBC is up 7. Near's up 6. Bonk is up 13. Ludan's up 7. Archpay's up 12. Mr. Miggles is up 11. Brett is up 12. Fetch is up 8. Pudgy Penguins is up 14. Radium's up 13. Rituals is up 10. Peanuts up 6. Pudgy Penguin is up 11. So Turbo is actually pushing up pretty tough today. Let's see if we can check out Coin Market Cap's ranking. Let's see if Turbo's in the Coin Market Cap. Let's see. How do we get to, here we go, meme coins. So about 24 hours. And Turbo is here right under Popcat. Volume is, what is that? 59 million in 24 hours? See it, Turbo. So there is a video here we can check out. Nobody's really talking yet, but this is Crypto Now or Never.
I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to another Turbo update. If you enjoy this content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen so I can't believe. Know what I
Alright, so as usual, we're just going to start off with a little Bitcoin update. So rather than focusing on some of the smaller time frames today, I'd rather take a look at the bigger picture. So this is actually Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. And there are a few things that I'd like to point out. And the first thing that I'd like to point out is the fact that we are still holding above the previous high. From a technical analysis standpoint, this is the level that we've been watching for a long time, $73,794. This is where Bitcoin previously topped out. So it would have made sense if we came down and retested that level. You can see that we came down to 74,434. So as of now, we have actually front ran that level. Good. And it's not uncommon for Bitcoin to front run very important levels. We saw that happen in the previous bull flag. We actually front ran this wick that a lot of people thought we'd come down and touch. But as you can see, it never actually happened. So believe me, I understand it feels like we've been bleeding for a very long time, especially if you look at a chart like Ethereum. Ethereum has literally been bleeding since early December. That is 5 straight months. But from a macro standpoint, we are still in a very clear uptrend. This is very important to actually understand. In addition, I'd like to point out that the stochastics on the weekly time frame are extremely oversold. And if you look at the RSI, it's almost at fair value, but it's still a little bit on the oversold side. And you pair this with the fact that the M2 global liquidity is increasing. Usually this is an indicator that front runs pumps. Look at the previous times that we have had local tops. We had a local top right here. We had an explosion afterwards. We had a local top right here. Explosion afterwards. Local top right here. Explosion afterwards. And again, we are increasing. Now, is it guaranteed that we are going to explode? No, it's not. But history suggests that there's a good chance we do explode. And it aligns perfectly with the stochastics, the RSI, and the macro uptrend. I have been saying this for a long time, but do not get shaken out of the market. The market is built on psychology. It's designed to try and shake you out. Don't let that happen. Now, another chart that I actually want to show you guys is ETH BTC. Now, the reason that I think this is very important because as a lot of you guys know, Ethereum has been getting nuked. And especially if you look at Ethereum against Bitcoin, it's been getting destroyed. And it really has been getting destroyed since 2022. And the reason this is important is because this is when the Fed actually started QT. During last altcoin season, it was quantitative easing, not quantitative tightening. But regardless, Ethereum BTC is now all the way back down to the range lows. This is important because it has provided support in the past. And the reason that I'm showing you guys this to begin with is because we need to see Ethereum break out in order for altcoins to explode. An Ethereum breakout could absolutely spark an altcoin season. But the fact that we are at range lows is very important. If you look at the RSI, it is extremely oversold. Now, obviously, there are going to be some people that think this is never going to recover. That's perfectly fine. If you just think Ethereum's dead at this point, then there's nothing that's going to change your mind. But I would like to point out that the Ethereum Pectra upgrade is coming out on May 7th. And you pair this with the fact that US inflation falls to 2.4% lower than expectations. There are a lot of potential catalysts that are aligning right now. Because inflation is continuing to fall, this could absolutely lead to rate cuts, and more importantly, it could lead to the end of quantitative tightening. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to get quantitative easing right away, but if quantitative tightening ends, that could be very bullish for the crypto market. Quantitative tightening is not good for risk on assets. We want to see it end, and there's a chance that it could end in May. So that could be about the same time as the Pectra upgrade. And again, you factor in that ETH BTC is trading at the range lows again. There's absolutely a chance that we see this start to turn around. If you look at a project like Turbo, it's actually had a decent bounce over the last day. Turbo's back up to a $144 million market cap. But I'll be honest with you guys, the level that I'm looking for Turbo to flip again is 0.002876. If we can get back above this previous support, then I will absolutely be bullish on Turbo in the short term again. But it is very important that we reclaim this level. Or at least we want to see Turbo come up here and put in a higher local high. What we don't want to see happen is Turbo to have a hard rejection and then put in lower lows yet again. If that happens, then Turbo's going to have an even bigger hole to climb out of. But I want to be clear, why is Turbo doing well right now? Well, it's doing well because Ethereum is doing well. You can see that Ethereum is up 5% right now. And a 5% pump on Ethereum is huge for its ecosystem. This is why I've been telling you guys for so long that it's important that we see an Ethereum breakout. If you actually look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame, we are still in a falling knife. A lot of people don't understand that about Ethereum. This is a massive drop. So the little move that we're seeing right now, this is not what I'm considering a breakout. We want to see a macro breakout, not just a short-term breakout. We want to see Ethereum actually start to break out and get back above the 200-day moving average at least. If we can reclaim this level, that's when you know it could be an official breakout. But just with Ethereum bouncing a little bit, we've seen Turbo get a very nice bounce and a lot of the Ethereum ecosystem get a bounce. So as I've said in all my other Turbo videos, I do not think this is a Turbo issue at all. If you look at their X account, they're still doing everything the right way. And I think today is a perfect example of why you shouldn't panic. Crypto is not going anywhere. The market will break out again. All of that being said, though, if you guys are interested in joining a like-minded community and getting into projects super early, then I also recommend taking
So as Crypto Now or Never mentioned, Turbo is at the mercy of Ethereum. So when Ethereum starts to run is when Turbo will pump. So we're kind of just waiting on Ethereum, right? And I think Ethereum, with that upgrade coming, I think it's finally going to start pushing up. So let me know what you guys think. And this is Crypto Meow Analyst. Price prediction for Turbo and targets. Let me know what you guys think. And what is your Turbo price prediction? Let me know in the comments. Let's get some comments going. Somebody, anybody, everybody. Let me know.
An update video on Turbo. Yeah, so I think Turbo is actually, yeah, so Turbo broke support at 2018 and now it's retesting it as resistance. Okay. So the next macro area of support for Turbo is 3095. It needs to get over 2018 though, ASAP. If it doesn't, that's not good. And that also does coincide on the shorter time frame with the 618. So yeah, so that's not good for Turbo. If we get some sort of bounce, we do need to break 2023 to 2033. Once that breaks, it should send us back up to 2057. So we have a lot of resistance on the way up. And then from there to the moon, we'll just have to look at it from there. But even if we consolidate and stay over this previous wick at 2013, which is the 618 on the shorter time frame, right? No, it's not. Yeah, so there's no more support. So it would just have to use this previous wick as support, 2013. You're going to get consolidation, eventually a breakout, and then again, both of these levels would be in play. If these don't break, then we're going to come back down and validate a downtrend. So just keep that in mind. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Hey guys, welcome.
So much, not really a lot of price prediction there, but some decent analysis. So let's see what Ro has to say. Kind of ahead of the curve because nobody's making any videos yet. But this is the BTM Crypto News Network. Let's see what the hardest working man in crypto has to say. Let's see what Ro's saying.
Guys, tell me what other crypto project is building the way that Turbo is. What is going on, Turbo family? Hope you guys are having a beautiful day. I could have not been more bullish on Turbo because regardless of the market conditions, we are building. And that's one of the biggest things that I love to see in a community. Not only that, guys, you can see here Trump and China. Yes, Trump and China are going back and forth on this tariff war, and just a little sign of relief in the market, just a little bit bullish news from Trump sends this market flying, which confirms to me that we are still in a bull market. So if you guys are being fearful right now, then do not be afraid, because listen, crypto is still in the bull market. If you're new to this channel, my name is Ro. We talk about crypto every single day. So subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And without further ado, let's hop into today's video. Now, I would like to clarify what I was kind of saying in the beginning. I feel like it was a lot of word mumbo jumbo. You can see Turbo is up, right? And that's mainly because you guys know a Revolut listing came out, which is obviously very, very exciting. The fact that we are building, guys, regardless or despite, I should say, the market conditions, is obviously a very good sign. Not a lot of projects out there that have the momentum that Turbo has. You can see in the last 24 hours, up 6.68%. Volume, however, is down. Now, the super cool part is, guys, Trump and China, they're kind of at this back and forth. They are open time negotiations. And what you need to know about Trump is that he is never going to get persuaded. He's never going to be the one to take an L. Listen, he'll come to negotiating terms, but he is never going to be the one to fold. And you guys saw what happened just from a 90-day hold on the tariffs, right? Which isn't even every single country, just a lot of them. You can see how much we've just pumped. That shows you the market wants to be bullish, right? The market wants to pump. The market wants to be green, guys. It's literally just following suit with what Trump is doing. So again, am I worried about this bull market? Absolutely not. I still think that we're just getting started. You can see the fear and greed index is back to 27 fear, guys. I believe sooner rather than later, we're going to flip back to neutral. Obviously, Bitcoin has to start pumping in price again. Ethereum needs to start pumping in price because ETH is like very, very low. You can see over here, Bitcoin at 53,000, Ethereum at 1,500. And again, Ethereum has been a little bit lackluster, but obviously, for Turbo to pump, for a lot of these meme coins to pump, you're going to need ETH to hit new all-time highs. And I have a long-term ETH bag, and I talk about it all the time in our private Discord, which, by the way, if you do want to know exactly what cryptos I buy, I sell, I trade, make sure you check out the Meme Coin Mastery, guys. Probably the best place to be in right now is to be a part of a community. You also get access to private videos, you know, my exit strategy, you get access to portfolio reviews, and you get to be a part of an active trading community of people who are all trying to make it in this crypto space. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a win-win to me. So obviously check that out. There's links down below. Now Turbo, again, we did get a Revolut listing very, very recently, which is super cool. I'm not sure if they updated over on here yet. Binance, Coinbase, KuCoin, you literally have every single exchange that you could think of. And not to mention, some of these exchanges are literally buying right now. So while you guys are FUDing, right, a lot of you guys have sold your bags. A lot of you have ran for the streets, guys. Just know there's a bunch of exchanges that are buying. You can see bouncing off this demand area, reacting to the price action very, 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 very well. The last time we came down here was March 10th, right? My big head is kind of covering it here. You can see, guys, we tried to break past this line here. We weren't able to. Huge rejection. And then as we finally did, you can see here, we started our ascent towards the upside. And since then, we never visited this area again, guys. You're literally getting in at prices that have been low as March 2024, okay? I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Listen, you're literally getting in at a generational entry, guys, because just from here to previous all-time highs, you're still looking at an insane bang for buck. 666% gain towards the upside, which is like a 7 to 8x. Again, I would not take that lightly, guys. Okay, do not fade the price action. Do not take it for granted, because I'm telling you, in a couple days, in a couple weeks, sorry, not a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, you're going to look back at this opportunity and you're going to be wishing that you bought in during this price point, guys. Now, obviously, go drop the follow over on X. You want to make sure you're following them so you stay up to date with the latest information. It's one thing, guys, to hear all the news from me, but it's also another to actually get it straight from Turbo. Now, the biggest reason as to why I'm bullish on Turbo is because of the community, okay? New investors into meme coins, they don't buy into utility, which Turbo obviously does have. They have been working on a bunch of utility side of things aspect, like you got Turbo Swap, Turbo Chain, but what you need to look out for is a project that has a strong narrative, that has good tokenomics, good art, and even better community. And I think the community for Turbo is leaps and boundaries from everything else that I've been a part of. I've been a part of a lot of meme coin projects, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm probably not going to be buying into any other new projects, guys. I'm probably not going to be buying into any other meme coins. Turbo, for me, or the meme coins that I hold as of right now, are probably the ones that I am remain with, right? Because I think that as of right now, where the market is, guys, you don't want to be like diversifying into too many meme coins. I would suggest you guys pick some of your favorites and keep a close on them. I like to say this: you either diversify your portfolio, you either put eggs in separate baskets, or you put eggs in one basket and you guard that basket with your life. Now, obviously, if you guys don't have time to track the markets every single day, then hey, make sure you subscribe to your boy, because I do cover Turbo literally every single day. Despite the market's mood, the Turbo community stayed strong, creative, and focused. From key listings to powerful partnerships, we kept building together. Big shout out to every toad who made Q1 unforgettable. Let's carry the energy into a bigger Q2. Now, obviously, if you guys do want to know kind of the updates that we had in January, February, and March, all of that will be right over here for you guys to check out. In April 2024, Turbo delivered a staggering 1,941% move in just 28 days. Let's run it back, Turbo. I do believe, guys, that sooner rather than later, when the market does flip bullish, you are going to see some insane gains coming into this market, and specifically into some of these better meme coins such as Turbo. At current levels, if Turbo ran it back to all-time highs, that would be a 772% gain. What an absolute buying opportunity. We got work to do, but we'll get there and go above and beyond. The Turbo community is super, super strong. One thing I do believe is that community is the biggest thing in this crypto space, guys. If you guys are Turbo holders and you're not talking about it, this is your opportunity, right? This is your time to go out there, post about Turbo, talk about why you love it, make some charts, make some mock-ups. What is it that you like about Turbo? Is it the fact that the dev is docs? Is the artwork? Is the fact that it's AI generated meme coin? Is the fact that there's this one dude on YouTube that talks about it every single day? Shout out to Ro. If Coinbase assets is accumulating Turbo like crazy, shouldn't you follow the money? Crypto is heating up. Turbo is the best meme coin on the market. Load the toad. Now, again, I don't think crypto is going anywhere, guys. A lot of money is kind of moving into these markets right now. A lot of money moving into the stock market. And again, I am super confident that we are going to perform well in the next couple months, at least for the next 90 days. But I do believe, guys, that a lot of things are going to come into negotiation terms, and everything is going to be settled, and we could finally start our regular program bull run. Obviously, not financial advice, guys. Please do your own research, your own due diligence. Turbo, to me, I've never been more bullish on it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching, and remember, all of this is for entertainment and education. I'll see you guys next time. God bless y'all, and peace out.
So shout out to Ro. He's right. Do your own research, and I think Turbo is at a good buying point. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And let's see what Trading Sniper said yesterday.
Fantastic. Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're talking about the one and only Turbo coin, right? We're talking about the one and only Turbo coin. Listen, the markets have been dropping quite a bit in the last day, which was expected, right? I did talk about a correction on the last Turbo video. As of right now, we have.
So yeah, I did want to check out the Turbo Explorer. We don't really look at this enough. Total account 76. Total transfers 150, 163. Transactions completed 3,000. Total addresses 313. Total tokens is 44. Total blocks 11.9 million. Total contracts 149. Total verified 36. And if you go to tokens, It actually shows you the tokens. So this is the Turbo Rocks. I think it shows, yeah, here you go. Taking a second to load here. This is a rock collection on Turbo. It's like, I think there was a pet rock on Ethereum. This is, not sure what this is actually. Mock Chrysolaris. Interesting. Near Protocol, FOMO, Feline tokens. I was looking for the ones that actually create the tokens. Like that first one, Ethereum token, Aurora, building points, watermelon. I think watermelons is something. I saw these earlier. Well, I was looking through the projects earlier. Just checking to see here. I think Botverse. These are bots for Turbo. I might pick up one of the bots. Let me know what you guys think. And if you guys even been looking at these, but we'll go back to the video from Trader Sniper.
Dropped 5% from the last relevant highs. But overall, we have been holding pretty strong compared to other coins, right? This is Turbo, right? This is Turbo's nice big green candle yesterday. This is the red one, the pullback that I believe, right, is going to be the retest, right? I believe, pullback was expected. We talked about this, but I believe due to market conditions, we are going to start going more sideways. And I do want to see this area reclaimed. I'm not saying it is going to be 100% reclaimed. Obviously, for us to have more confirmation, to literally have this go above this green box and then start retesting off of it. But I do believe the reversals may be here or the potential signs of reversals. Look, right? Look at a daily candle, right? See something like Turbo. Remember, Turbo is a meme coin. Yes, I still believe it is one of the best meme coins, especially when it comes to risk to reward, but it is still a meme coin. Coins like Ondo, Kaspa, Render, other projects will most likely always have pretty much better value, right? Because as we know, they have way more real utility behind them, but never count out meme coins because society just loves meme coins, which is why I believe it's always, not necessarily a lot of your portfolio, but a decent amount of portfolio, maybe 20%, 10%, 15%, 5%, whatever you're comfortable with is worth taking a risk in meme coins. And Turbo is the meme coin that I would personally be comfortable, putting my money in. But look, the point I'm saying is that we are a meme coin and we are holding really well. While some other projects like Radium, look at that. Boom. Look at that. We have dropped all the way back down and pretty much almost erased all of our gains from the previous day. Something like Pangolin is holding decent. We go to something like ICP, right? ICP, a lot of people are high on it, has a higher market cap. The utility behind the actual project is pretty great. And look at this. It is, holding way less stronger than something like Turbo. XDC, same. Ondo is still doing fairly good, but we're still outperforming Ondo at the moment. Render is actually pretty much identical to Turbo. So we're going pound for pound with something like Render at the moment. AKT lost pretty much 50% its value from yesterday. Flux, pretty much 50% its value from yesterday. And man, let me tell you something. That is super, super impressive, right? Meme coins are supposed to be a double-edged sword, okay? You make more when things pump, but you also lose more when things drop. But for some reason, Turbo is outperforming coins with real utility, which means this is super, super bullish. I am super bullish on Turbo generally when it comes from point A to point Z. I know, people are obviously not going to be super bullish when things have dropped a lot, but the way I see things, I care about my point A and my point Z, which is buying low and selling high. That is it. Whatever happens in the middle, certain retracements, certain pumps, I don't really care. Now, is that necessarily the most 100% efficient style, right? No. Could I have made more money if I just, sold near the tops and rebought the bottoms? Yes. But you know what? This is one of the most efficient ways when it comes to being safe and super, super consistent. Focusing on point A to point Z is what my personal plan was and still is. And the fact that we're getting closer to Z than we are, closer to A means that I'm not changing my plan. If anything, I'm dollar cost averaging more. And yes, that means I still believe Turbo is bullish, because if I am wrong, then, rip my portfolio. But not only that, but if I am wrong, then I mean, like, it is what it is at this point. But look, I don't believe I'm wrong. Bitcoin dominance still has to get to this super, super high area of 70% before it drops off, right? We talked about how we expect, certain things to pretty much, bounce off here and then consolidate and sell off. That is when altcoin season is going to be happening. So one of the things I do want to do is compare Turbo to pretty much other meme coins that may or may not be relevant. Solana, a lot of people, I'm still super high on Solana in terms of where it could possibly, its reversal potential and everything. But look, we can see this coin in a daily has retraced a good amount. It is a low market cap coin, so maybe not the best example. We know Ponky is pretty decent too. Look, down 50%. Something like Hoppy. I know some people wanted me to talk about Hoppy. Look, also down a little bit more. Not as bad as Ponky, right? But still kind of weak. Look at something like Peanuts. Peanuts, all the Peanuts gains have pretty much been diminished, right? From yesterday, telling you stay away from this coin. Pengu, right? Let's look at Pengu. I mean, half of it is just gone. So we can see we are literally holding better than all of these coins. No, Based Turbo. Oh, Based Turbo. This is why you just cash out when you can, because, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This is why it's really risky to buy knockoff coins, right? Very, 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 very risky. What else can we look at? We looked at Pengu. Let's look at Popcat, right? Popcat's also a big one. So Popcat's actually holding pretty well. Not as good as Turbo, but we can see the retracement isn't that bad. So look, a couple meme coins just off the top of my head that we compared it to. When we do something like Brett, maybe, right? Go to Brett. Let's see how Brett is doing. I know a lot of people love Brett. Look, again, daily candle absolutely destroyed. So yesterday's action doesn't even matter, right? It doesn't even matter. Let's go to something like Giga. I know some people are high on Giga too. Giga is decent, around 30 to 50% drop, so not bad. But look, we're outperforming so many meme coins. We're outperforming so many altcoins. And at this current moment, we are literally outperforming Bitcoin. Now, does that mean that we can't drop a little bit later? Sure, it is possible that later today that we may drop, but we are holding relatively strong. And the crazy thing is, even if we drop, I don't expect us to have a very, very bad daily candle. Maximum maybe somewhere over here, which would be what, roughly 50%, maybe 35 to 50%, which is still going to be a lot better than literally most meme coins that have real utility and financial power behind them, and almost every other meme coin. So super bullish for this coin, right? Super bullish. um really do believe in Turbo. I really do, right? We have the shoes potentially, we have the book, we have going to different narratives, right? We have the gaming, the metaverse, all the collaborations. We are doing things that pretty much no other meme coin is doing. And even if they are, I mean, that's just maybe a handful, maybe if I'm being generous, a literal handful of meme coins. But from what I see, Turbo is pretty much one of a kind. And
So shout out to who is this? Trading Sniper. He is right. Turbo is outperforming a lot of things in the market. Sith Lord, what is up? Yeah, it is about time. But yeah, we still got a long way to go, right? Because we are down big from where we should be. Looks like Turbo is pulling a little something back on the 5-hour chart. And check the day chart and zoom out. So we were here at 1 cent. This was December. So yeah, we got a long way to go. Let me see. We're currently at 0.001 and we were at 1 cent. So yeah, we got to drop another zero. Let's see if we can look at the, we'll try the month chart. So our last push, big push was May, and we're in April. So next month we might see some serious action. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think next month we will see something serious happening? Go back to the week chart. So this is May, and this is April. So if it goes to course, what is it? Is this April 20? Yeah. So May, we should start to see that push up. Yes. Let me know what you guys think. You see here, May, we build this volume, and lately, since January, we've been losing a lot of volume. But it's not just Turbo, it is the whole market. So let me know. Got a couple of postings to look. Wait, what? This is Peg Leg. I can't ever say that. Peg Leg Wally. Hey, Turbo fan, if you need me, I'll be on Cloud9 for a bit. Has Turbo up 20%? Where are we now? Down to 17%. We're pulling back a little bit. Bullish RSI diversion alert. Turbo price 001. RSI 29.7 at 7. It's 3-4, 4-3. I don't know. But this is a bullish signal. But this is not sure what day this is. But there's definitely some movement on the RSI, which is very bullish. This is what I was trying to get to. Robinhood, the streets want Turbo. Memes are strong, bags are heavy. Listed already. Toad powered community. Turbo is down 90%. Stop fudding. Please stop fudding the Toad. Load the Toad. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Okay, this is the last video. We're probably going to shut it down. This is VLC Network. Let's see what he has to say. Let me know what you guys think about it. You think it's going to keep pumping today, or you think it's going to pull back, or you think this is all we're going to get for the weekend? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and super chat. FUD is a good thing. Run it back. Believe it. They are about to list it, probably listed. What if Robinhood listed it in May, right? Right on time for Turbo to push up, right? Right in time to pick it up. No. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would May be a good time to pick it up? Just trying to look through, see if there's any comments. See if we have any comments on Coin Market Cap. We generally don't look at the comments on Coin Market Cap, but let's see what Coin Market Cap is buzzing about. Before. It wasn't just another meme coin. It's the real AI powered meme coin with serious momentum. $1 Optimus and Pump Whale already in 2025. Turbo is about to explode and most are still sleeping. Believe it. Turbo don't sell. The ride is just beginning, maybe. $24-hour volume is up 134%. Oh wow. Oh wow. I don't even want to say that. Bullish on Turbo up like 25,000 more Turbo toads today. Very excited. Turbo soaring into space, leaving the weak hands behind. Let's click to this video so we can shut it down. Let's see what VS.
Welcome back to the channel. Is this the market bottom for Turbo? Is this a massive buying opportunity? That's what we're going to discuss in this video, so make sure you watch it until the very end. Now, if you're watching this right now and you're a Turbo coin holder, you're probably panicking because not only are you seeing Turbo coin sell off, right? Currently down 10.45% for the day, but you're seeing meme coin sell off, you're seeing altcoin sell off, you're seeing the stock market sell off, and you're wondering, is it time for you to completely leave the market? Or on the opposite end, you're saying, this doesn't bother me. I just want to know if this represents a buying opportunity. Now, to begin with, I would say this. If you've been holding Turbo Coin for quite some time and you're worried that this project is going to die and fizzle out, I personally wouldn't be on the same team as those people that believe that is the case. I understand why they're concerned because Turbo Coin has fallen in terms of its overall market cap ranking, so it's now closer to the 30th rank than the top 20, which it was in before. So it's fallen quite a bit with a market cap value of 105 million. Now, as I said before, you either see this as a reason to completely stay away from the project or for a reason to double down. And from our next price target that we had for Turbo Coin, which is at 0.00199901. We mapped this out before the aggressive selling pressure started, right? But now that price is falling lower, instead of making a 5x to this next price target, you're now looking at over 11x, over 1,100% to this next price target, which is absolutely phenomenal, especially for those that were looking for entry closer to the entry points that a lot of people entered in April last year. Now, this opportunity has been democratized because everybody now has an opportunity to buy at these lows. But the question is it worth it? Are we going to see the market move lower? Now, here's the truth. If the stock market continues to sell off, Bitcoin continues to sell off, altcoins continues to sell off, then Turbo Coin is of course going to sell off. Now, with that being said, how low could we go from this area? Now, if Bitcoin makes its way towards 60,000, I think we're going to see at least another 30, potentially even a 40% sell-off on Turbo Coin, which means the lowest area we could see Turbo Coin in the short term is at 0.000901 as a 41% downside move from where we currently are now. And that will take us to our basically our lows in May, right? Essentially, that's where we could see price go. And instead of 11x from this area, that would be a, wait for it, 20x, over a 20x if you decide to wait for price to move to this downside. But remember, there's no guarantee that we're going to actually see a move to the downside. So the question is this the bottom? Now, if I have to be honest with all of you, I'm paying attention mainly to the macro because that's ultimately going to tell us where the direction of the market is going. Now, if we see the overall market recover, stock market recovers, Bitcoin makes its way above 80,000, then we should see quite a sharp move on Turbo Coin, which means you're looking at around 20 to 30% short-term move at this area. So the way I would look at it right now, if I was planning to buy, is 40% risk, let's just say 50, let's say 40 to 50% downside risk, but potential short-term move around, let's just say back up to this range would be about, let's just see, make sure it's accurate, about 100% or 100% back up to this broken area of support, which is now a resistance area, right? So 100% to this area, downside move about 40, 50%. Now, just from that short-term move, that is a great risk to reward opportunity. If you're planning to just hold it to the next major target at 0.020242, then that's an even better risk to reward opportunity because you're looking at a 40-50% downside move. And again, for context, let me just show you what that looks like in terms of real numbers. So let's say you were planning to buy, or let's say I'm planning to buy with, let's just say $1,000. If the market falls lower, I'm going to lose $500. But if the market hits this target, I'm going to be up $2,000. But better than that, if this area is hit, then I make over $12,000. So if I'm planning to hold till this target, I'm basically risking $500 to make $12,000. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, that sounds like a great risk to reward opportunity, especially with a meme coin that I don't think it's going to disappear anytime soon. I think even if it doesn't perform very well, we're still looking at a 1 to 3x on Turbo Coin. So let's just say, for the people in the comment section that are going to say this is a dead project, it's not going to bounce back. As you've seen, it's moving down the meme coin food chain. Okay, let's say you guys are right. Well, you're still looking at 500% downside for about $3,000 upside. The risk reward is still good when you look at it from that context. Now, this is the thing. Anything can happen in the market at this area, which is why when you're seeing online people just telling you, okay, we're going to see price go to zero from here. I mean, what's the basis for that claim? Just like the people that tell you we're going to hit, $1 turbo from this area. Again, there has to be basis for these kind of claims, which is why we've actually mapped in a very safe target, upside target of 0.019756, which means we don't run the risk of seeing price hit this area and then going down to zero, which could happen, right? And in fact, if we want even a target that's a bit more conservative, we can just buy price up to all-time highs. And again, that's still a 10x, essentially, a 9x back to our all-time highs, and then we can exit at this area. So Turbo Coin as a whole, whether you like the project, whether you don't like the project, is actually still a very, very good short-term opportunity to make a ton of cash. Now, you will notice I'm not talking about $1 prices. I'm not talking about $5 prices. I'm not talking about $10 prices in this video because really it doesn't matter and it's not going to help you. Once we go above these highs, our all-time high for the year, once we go above, all-time high for last year, and once we hit this target, then we could talk about, $1. Then we could talk about, all those prices. But for now, we need to at least get back above this resistance area, which is 100% from where we currently are now, and then make our way back to all-time highs. But just to conclude this video, is this the market bottom? The truth is, nobody knows, but what we do know and what we do understand is the risk versus reward. 50%, let's even bring it down to 60%. Let's just say we could see a 60% downside move from this area. Again, $600 loss for a potential $12,000 or $9,000 gain. Still a great risk to reward. Now, I'll say this to all of you that have been waiting on my turbo videos and you've made it this far in the channel, in the video, sorry. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe because I will be posting turbo updates daily, right? So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss another update. Also, make sure you join my free Telegram group using the link in my description. Very important that you do that because you're going to stay on top of the overall market, the macro market, and you also get insider information before everybody else. How do you do that? Download the Telegram app, click the link in my description, and then you'll get access to the group. And I also have a video in there that shows you how to make 100,000 in 1 month and 16 days. That's pinned to the Telegram channel. And last but not least, make sure, guys, you understand nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. Always make sure to do your own independent research. And until the next update, seize the day.
So definitely make sure you do your own research. Because as he mentioned, Turbo's the only meme coin I'm still in. I've dropped all the rest of them and mainly been investing in altcoins and blue chip coins and Turbo. But at this point, it doesn't make sense to sell off until Turbo bounces back. So let me know what you guys think and what you're holding and what you're looking to get into. And if you guys think if Turbo is a good investment, but thanks for joining. You continue to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, just trying to help you rebuild the crypto community. And don't forget, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. It's your main man, BTM, signing out. And see you guys soon. Down to 7 million. What's down to 7 million? But thanks for joining. And as always, miner out. Holding. Okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, most of my bulk holding is XRP. And let me see. I want to keep the video going. So peace out and have a good weekend, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, toads and tadpoles.